Inshallah.
Yes, I know. After so long, right? Trying to.
Alhamdulillah. I've been with Sister Zuraida, but this is the first time. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, inshallah. Assalamualaikum, Sister Shiraz.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, sister?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
I am fine too. Alhamdulillah.
Can you all see my screen now?
Yeah,
Inshallah?
yeah.
Okay. Assalamualaikum, Sister Hasiba.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
How are you?
الحمد لله. How are you?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum, Sister Ima. Ooh. I think you have two devices very near
Yeah,
to each other.
I'm
Yes,
trying to get the other one working, but it wasn't, so I
I
went.
see. Ready? You have time? We have 3 minutes. I will start on time, inshallah. Okay, let's begin, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Welcome to this new class of ours. Maybe some of you might be wondering if you look at the poster. I say Irab and Sarf, Juz Amma, and then I put in brackets Awsat al-Muffasal. So in case anyone is wondering what is that, I'll go through that first of all. Okay, so in the past, the Sahaba, they don't divide the Quran like we do now, like by juz 1 to juz 30. Okay. So what they have was first they have the Sab'at Diwal, which is the 7 long surahs, 1/3 of the Quran. So from Surah Al-Baqarah to Surah At-Tawbah, you might be wondering, why is it 7? It's 9, right? So including Fatiha, it will be 9, right? But they count, so Fatiha we don't count basically. So from 2 to 9, it's 8 surahs, but they call it Sabat Tiwal because they consider surah number 8 and 9 to be one surah. Okay, Anfal and At-Tawbah to be one surah. Okay, so those are the 7 long surahs. And then we have the Al-Mi'in from Mi'ah. So these are the surahs that have more or less 100 ayah. And then we have the Al-Mathani. These are surahs that mention 2 things, stories and rulings. And then we have Al-Muffasal. Muffasal is from Surah Qaf all the way to the end of the Quran. So these are the shorter surahs because they are very short and they are always being like divided by the basmalah. So that's why it's called Mufassal. Okay. And Mufassal is break up into 3. We have the Tiwal al-Mufassal. This is the longer Mufassal. So this is from Surah Qaf to Surah Al-Mursalat. These are the surahs that the Prophet used to recite during his Fajr prayers, in congregation, obviously. And we have the Awsat Mufassal. So this is what we are covering. So Awsat Mufassal is actually from Surah An-Naba to Surah Al-Layl, but I've already actually covered the Qisar Mufassal, which is from Surah Ad-Duha to An-Nas, okay? And in fact, in Qisar Mufassal, I covered from An-Nas all the way to Al-Layl, and then I stopped. So so I'm not going to ally with you, and although it's under Awsat Mufassal, in the playlist in my YouTube channel, which most of you are quite new with me, actually, this is your first time having class with me, maybe even new to this channel in my YouTube. So if you go to the home page, you have the first part is the grammar from stage 1, Nahu, to Sarf foundation, and then Sarf intermediate, and then Nahu intermediate. And then you have this Irab al-Quran that I'm doing or have been doing. So the Qisar Mufassal is here. So I did from Surah An-Nas together with Sister Zuraida, if you know her. We did together from An-Nas to Al-Layl, and then we stop. So now I'm resuming this class basically. Okay, so we are going to do from Ashams. Actually, in the announcement I did say we're doing Ashams to An-Naba, but after thinking about it, we're actually going to do from An-Naba to Ashams. Okay, so that's one information for you right there, inshallah. Okay, so outside Mufassal, the Prophet used to recite during Isha, and Qisar Mufassal during Maghrib prayers. Okay, so in case any one of you is wondering, so this is the term that I'm using here in the class. Okay, so because I said that most of you are new to this class, so we have some housekeeping things to go through first. Okay, so all the live and recorded lessons will be in the channel just now. So here's a link to it. Where am I going to post this? I'm gonna post this at the description of the first YouTube video that I will post it in the group also. Okay, so everything will be in this channel. This will be the shortcut to the playlist. So right now the playlist, if you were to click on this will be empty. Okay, but after the class, one by one, it will go into the playlist, inshallah. Okay, all the documents for the class is in this folder. So if you open this, you will get this. Okay, so the colors one are the one that is ongoing. So this is ours. Okay, this resource thing, okay, this resource document is also in here, and it will be always at the last. Okay, so I said we're going to start with Naba, so we will start here basically, inshallah, and then there will be more and more folders in future, inshallah. Okay, yeah, so this one is inside this folder. So this is the shortcut also basically. So once you click, you can put a shortcut, you can bookmark on your devices, you can do whatever you need to be done. Okay, otherwise it's always going to be here. I will not take this away. So if anytime you need it, you can go to this. And then, so what we'll do in the class, as you might know, or you should have read, is that we will go through the Nahu topics when we come across them, Nahu and Sarf topics, and all the notes are in this folder here. Okay, I think if you have known this channel, then you should have this folder probably also in your drive already, inshallah. And then, okay, Irab, resources. I'm gonna give you a few. So the easy level is here we have one in the Google Drive, Muyassar, but you can also go to this website, tafsir.app. Okay, you can use tafsir.app/surah number/ayah number. Okay, go to Ulum. And this, the first one here, so you need to have your surah number, for example, 78, 1, okay, yes, and then you can click. So the first one is the Muyassar, okay, Muyassar is the easy one. I don't know if this Muyassar in the Google Drive is the same Muyassar as in this website, I'm not sure. I hardly use them, so I don't know if it's the same. And then we have the second level. It's a bit more focused and more detailed. So you can, that is Jadwal in this website, sorry. In here, the third one is Jadwal, okay. Which is a good level, inshallah. Also, Irab Muffasal in Google Drive, this one. Okay, these two levels are about the same level, inshallah. And then you have the comprehensive one that you can find here in Tafsil Irab. So what is the level that we are doing? We are doing between level 2 and level 3, inshallah. Okay. If you're new to Irab, don't be scared, inshallah, we'll get there. But that will be the level that we are aiming. Okay, between level 2 and level 3 here. Okay, dictionary. Our main dictionary will be Hansware. Okay, and you can find it here. And there are others also. So if you go to here, Hansware, you can go to menu. If Hansware is not on the top of your device, you can go to menu and make Hansware all the way to the top. Maybe yours is maybe here, for example. You can just click on this and it will go straight to the top. Okay, so I want Hansware at the top. And if what you're looking for is not at Hansware, you can see the purple one. Inshallah, the purple one is a dictionary only on the Quran, basically. Okay, by the scholar Nadwi. Okay, yes. And then also another dictionary you can use is Al-Ma'ani. It's all Arabic. I think you can set it to Arabic to English. I'm not sure. But you can try. I use the Arabic. If this fails me, this is where I go to, inshallah. Okay, then inshallah, as and when I will post quizzes, like vocab quizzes mostly, inshallah. Okay, any questions for now? No? Hold on, give me 1 second.
Will we share these links, Sister Noor, somewhere?
Yes,
Okay.
it's all in this folder actually here. And then this document itself, I will put it in the description of the YouTube video. So later after the class, even in the group chat, I will send you a link. So after the class actually, so hold on, let me rephrase that. In Telegram, I've already posted the link to this class that is ongoing right now on YouTube, and it's here basically. Okay, so later after the class also, before I post this link again to our group, I will put timestamps of the class, and then after that, I'll post it in our group. And from there, you can see in the description of the video, you should be able to see the document. So for example, let's do one of this, Bakarawan. Okay, so this first video. Go down. Go to the description. Okay. You will see, yeah, like a link. So now there will be 2 links, like the resource and another link, I think. And then after that, the timestamps here, basically. Okay, so you always find the link to that particular ayah that we're working on here. So the first video will have the link to this particular document. Okay, clear? Inshallah. Okay. Any other question? Hold on, sorry. There were some questions. Okay. Okay. No questions online. Okay. Then, because most of you are new, there are some things that I should go through. That is the etiquette of seeking knowledge. Firstly, seeking knowledge is a form of ibadah, so always renew your intention. This is also for me, not just for you. Be punctual and mentally, physically prepared for the class, meaning get your drink, get your charger, get your chocolates, whatever you need to survive this class, inshallah. Okay, I will start like just now. You can see that we all came early, but I will start on time. So I know this is a global class and some of you might have to, do solar and all first. You can do that and then just come to the class, inshallah. But I will start on time. So whatever you miss, you have to go back to the recording. Okay? Students are at a different level. Some of you are at my level, in fact. I almost didn't want to put you in my class. but because I know we've been trying to have a class for so long, so I did put you. But yeah, so if you are if you already know the topic, then take it as revision. Can you put them on group description? Can you put these details in WhatsApp? Yeah, yes, inshallah, I can do that also. Yes. And then, of course, respect and love one another. Be humble. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know. And don't be shy to ask questions. Okay, so in the class, you can ask questions immediately whenever I'm saying something or someone says something or we're doing something. Just find a nice place to let the other person finish the talking, and then you can ask your questions immediately. If you are following through the live YouTube, you can post your questions in the comments. I will not see it immediately, but I will stop every segment to check on your questions, inshallah. And then in the group, do not use voice note to ask a question. If you're the person who needs the help, then type it out. Okay, type it out. Of course, if you are the person who are replying and you need to voice note, yes, you can do that. But as the person asking for help, be a little bit humble. Don't use voice note because everybody's busy, right? If you type it out, we can clearly see what you're asking and can know whether we can take the few seconds out to answer you right now or maybe later. But if you use voice note, then no, we have to listen to you first to know what exactly are you asking. Okay, and if you are a listener, maybe certain lessons you cannot participate, you can only listen, then inshallah, from your name at the participants list, you can see your name, you can right click on it, and then you can rename and put like listener or a year emoji or something, so that, you know, I know that you are listening. Okay, can, inshallah. Okay. In this class, so we're going to do classical Irab. I will teach you, for those of you who are new to it, inshallah. We will sarf all of sarfable words. We will find singular and plurals of isms. As I said just now, we will revise Nahu and Sarf topics as we come across them. I do expect you all to know, to have some basic. So, for example, I expect you to recognize between ism and fi'il, fi'il madi and fi'il mudori, that kind of thing. Those things I will not go through, okay? I will go through like other than that, inshallah, okay? And then after the end of every ayah, we will read a brief tafsir. The brief tafsir is from this website also. It's from here in this tafsir here, okay? From here, the Muffasal is very short, inshallah. And I also recommend you under Ulum, in this line here, you have the Gharibul Quran. If you are trying to read in Arabic more, right, you can use this. It's very short, so it's not all of the words, but if there are words that are considered by these authors Gharib in the Quran, then they will put it here, and you can see it's very short, mostly have harakah, some might not. So yeah, so you should be able to, you know, read a bit more, but little by little, inshallah. Okay. Yes.
Are you going to help guide us do this initially, or we just have to do it ourselves?
You mean which one?
The this last part where you encourage us to read the tafsir by ourselves.
Okay, no. I'm encouraging you to read the Gharib Al-Quran by yourself, this one. Okay?
Okay.
But this tafsir part, the one that we'll do at the end of the ayah, yes, this will be guided basically. We will read together, inshallah, meaning one person at a time we take a sentence, and then yes. So this one no harakah, but yes, this will be guided, don't worry. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Hold on. Where are we? Okay, yes. And then the last thing is I will also bring up benefit of the differences in qira'ah, if any. Not all ayah have different qira'ah. So when they do, I will bring it up. But not all qira'ah. I'm not teaching you qira'ah. What I will bring up is not the beautification. So for example, some qira'ah, instead of whom, they say him at the end of the ayah. So I mean at the end of words, the attached pronoun whom, they say him or humu or himu or you know, all this. Or for example, instead of sola, it is pronounced solo. Or for example, instead of kabiro, it is pronounced kabira. So this the kind of differences I will not. Or even the imala, like instead of what duha, they say what duha. Okay, so all of this one I will not bring up. Okay, because this is just beautification. This is just there's no like meaning differences or anything like that. This just the difference, like if you can say like dialect. But what I will bring up is if maybe that particular word, instead of whom, it is antum. Okay, then it's totally different, right? Totally different people you're talking about or talking to. So that one I will bring up. Or maybe instead of in our ayah we have family one, and in another qira'ah there is a different family. So different family could have different implication. That one I will bring up. Or maybe what else? Or maybe even the same family, but it's written differently because there are some Sarf rule that one takes and one did not apply, basically, okay? Or something is omitted and one is not omitted. So these kind of things I will bring up, inshallah, because this one is either the meaning will be affected, or we can have we can benefit from the Sarf or the Nahu aspect, okay? Otherwise, I will not bring up. If this sounds foreign to you, you can, or you should, actually not can, go to this link, okay, at the after this class, and watch the first 20 minutes. I did talk about Qira'ah, like what is it, because not everyone knows what Qira'ah is. Maybe you only know a bit, like you know, oh, there are some people who read differently. Maybe that's all you know about Qira'ah. So maybe you can watch this, inshallah. The first 20 minutes of this video, inshallah. Okay, Ken? Any other question? Any questions for now? No question? Hold on. Let me check online before we do Irab. Okay, no questions. So now we can close. Oh, sorry. One last thing. So outside of the class, yes, keep your daily recitation. Read, listen to tafsir. Even though we are reading a brief tafsir, you should listen to or read a more comprehensive tafsir, inshallah. I do not expect you to really prepare for the class, but if you do, that is actually a good time for you to contemplate the ayah with whatever tools, you know, like whatever we learn, whether Nahu, Sarf, Tafsir, all these are tools to contemplate. So the more you learn, obviously, the more you can contemplate, okay? And obviously, obey and implement the ayah, inshallah. Okay? Okay, now that's done. So we can begin with the very first thing, which is introduction to Irab, basically. Okay, so the first thing we will talk about is isms. And there's some things that some of you might need to relearn or unlearn, okay, about isms. I know you know isms to be fully flexible, partly flexible, non-flexible, right? So in classical Irab, we only have two. That is Mu'rab and Mabni, basically. Partly flexible, yes, we do have also. It's Mamnu min as-Sarf, but it's like a subgroup of the Mu'rab, okay? So isms are by default Mu'rab, okay? Unless they have reasons to be Mabni, then they are going to be Mu'rab, okay? So what are the reasons that they are Mabni? Here, this is the reason. The reason is a word, Mabni is a word that remain in one state. Okay, you know that. Okay, the reason is that the ism resembles a harf. So when the ism resembles a harf, it will be Mabni. So how does it resemble a harf? Maybe by its makeup. So harf is usually one or two letters, and then ism is at least 3 letters. Okay. Its meaning is similar to harf, or it substitutes a verb. We'll see in the examples later, and or it needs another sentence to make sense, like a harf, right? It needs something else to make sense of the meaning of the harf. Okay, so that's why isms that resembles harf in any of this way, they will be mabni. Okay, so very easily, these are the categories of fixed isms, okay? The basic category at least, okay? So a pronoun like huwa, anta, hum, whether default, whether munfasil or muttasil, okay? They are all mabni, okay? Question words, mata, mada, they are all mabni. Conditional word, shart, man, ma, they are mabni. Of course, they are more than this. We do it in the future when we come to it, inshallah. Then your ism isyara, all of these are mabni. Ism fi'il, these are just ism that have a fi'il meaning. So for example, here we have soh. Soh is like our English shh. When we want to ask someone to keep quiet, we say shh. Basically, this is soh, basically. In Arabic, it's an ism, okay? We'll come to it if we come to it. And then the last thing is your ism mausul. Alladhi, alladhina, all of this is mabni. Okay. So if the words are not in these categories, then it's safe to assume that it's gonna be mu'rab. Okay, then it will be mu'rab. So what about if you go the other way? Then or rather, if you have no reason to make it, if there's no reason to be mabni, that will be mu'rab. If you see some an ism with tanween, it's mu'rab already. Okay. Because a mu'rab ism can be heavy with tanween or light. Okay. So once it's heavy, it's definitely mu'rab. Okay. And then okay. So for Irab purposes, okay, there are two categories of mu'rab nouns. There is the one that you can clearly see. So you know, this one is your Muslimun chart, basically. Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. You can make it until Muslimuna, Muslimina, Muslimina. You can even make it feminine until Muslimatun, Muslimatin, Muslimatin. So Muslim chart is mu'rab, totally mu'rab, okay? So for example, kitab, kitabun, kitaban, kitabin. You can clearly see the difference. This is the normal mu'rab that you know, okay? So this is called sahih. Okay, the changes are clear. You can clearly see rafa nasab jar. But there's also the other one that you know it as non-flexible, some of you at least, or most of you here. You know Musa to be non-flexible. In classical Arab, Musa is still mu'rab, okay? But you cannot see it. You cannot see the rafa nasab or jar. So it is implied, but it's still mu'rab, basically. Okay, so we'll talk about how to do i'rab of this kind of words later on when we come to it. We'll do the basic one first. Okay, how we do the i'rab of the basic ism. Okay, so your Muslim chart, basically. Hold on, let me make it bigger. Or maybe this is lesson 4. Let me open the document so that it becomes big. Okay. Okay, better, right? Yes. Okay, your Muslim chart. We start with the singular. Okay. So Muslimun. Okay. So you need to know whether, I mean, the recognition part, don't let it go. You know Muslimun to be Rafa. You know Musliman, this is supposed to have an alif, to be Nasab. And you know Muslimin is Jar, right? So let's say you see Huwa Muslimun. So Muslimun is a khabar, right? So how do we i'rab this word? We would say Muslimun is khabar marfu wa alamatu raf'ihi ad-damma. Okay? Or we can just say khabar marfu bit damma. So wa alamatu raf'ihi, we can just replace it with a ba, basically. Okay? It means this word is a khabar. It is marfu. It is in rafa status already. Okay? And the sign of its rafa is the dhamma. Okay? So you say bit dhamma because of the dhamma, basically. It's a marfu, khabar marfu, bit dhamma because of the dhamma. Okay? If it's maybe it's a maf'ul. So you say maf'ul bihi mansub bil fathah. It is mansub because of the fathah. Okay? The sign of the nasab is the fathah. Okay, and let's say it comes with a fi muslimin or ala muslimin, right? Then it's an ism majrur wa alamatu jarrihi al kasrah. Okay, ism majrur bil kasrah, because of the kasrah. Clear? So dhamma, fatha, kasrah, this is your default sign for rafa, nasab, and jar respectively. Okay, anything other than that, then you would say, you would use the term niyabatan anid dhamma. Okay, so in the musanna chart, in the musanna row, the dual row, okay, you know it to be rafa is ani, nasab and jar is aini, right? In Irab, what's the sign of the marfu? It is the letter before the nun. The nun can be dropped. This is an ism. If it's a mudaf, it will be dropped, right? So the sign of the rafa is the alif, okay? The letter before the nun, whether it's for the dual rafa or dual nasab or jar. So if it's nasab or jar, it's going to be the ya. Same thing for the jama, which we'll do later. Okay, so we say it is ism marfu, maybe it's a mubtada marfu bil alif. Okay, the letter alif here. Okay. And niyabatan anid dhamma. Niyabatan means substitute. Okay, substituting the dhamma that you expect to be for the rafa, basically. Okay, the annahu musanna, because it is a dual word, it cannot have a dhamma. You will have ani, right? So this is the sign that you have alif here. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, and then for muslimaini, you will say, for example, mafubihi mansub bil ya. It's the letter before the nun. Okay, same thing. Niyabatan anil fathah. Why fathah? Because it's mansub. We are expecting fathah. So this ya is substituting the fathah that we expect. Li'annahu musanna. And for jar also the same thing. It's a majrur bil ya niyabatan anil kasra li'annahu musanna. Clear so far? Inshallah, everyone?
Excellent.
Especially those of you who are new to Irab.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. Clear so far.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Sister Saima? You raise your hand? Uh-huh.
Yeah. With the previous slide, the Musa, it came in the Mabni one.
Musa. Mm-hmm.
It was a part of Mabni. So how do we differentiate from the sorry, it is among the Murab.
Murab. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Then how to differentiate it from the Murab one? Astaghfirullah.
From the map. I
From
think
the Mabni
you're
one. Yes,
okay.
yes.
Or are you asking how do you differentiate between the Mabni, or are you asking how do we know the status of the word like Musa?
Not the status,
Mm-hmm.
but in both of them, we can't see the haraka. Like it will be same, right?
Yes. Okay, so I said that if the word is not in this 6 category, is Musa a pronoun? No. Is Musa a question word? No. Is Musa a conditional word? No. Is it a pointer? No. Is it ism fi'il? No. Is it ism mausul? No. So if it's not this category, then it's going to be mu'rab.
Okay.
Means we don't say it's fi mahali, basically. Okay, if it's a mabni word, we will say fi mahali. Okay, but for Musa, we can say khabar marfu, for example. Obviously, it's not we're not gonna say bidhamma. You cannot see bidhamma, but that one I will teach you later.
No.
Okay, but
Got
yes, the point is, I know for some of you, you know Musa to be non-flexible, so in Arabic should be mabni, but it's not mabni. Okay, clear?
Yeah. So
Okay.
this list we need to keep in mind when we are doing.
Yes, correct, exactly.
Anything
Okay.
apart from this thing is more up.
Yes, safely you can say that. Yes, there is a bit more categories, but they are very how do I say, rare. Okay, they are very obscure. So you don't have to worry about those. This is the most basic and always you have to see first. Okay?
No, Jazakallah khairan.
Okay. Any other questions? Here, okay? Then we go, oh, sorry. I forgot to check online. Let me double check. Okay, no questions. Jama'. Okay, so your muslimuna. You know this to be rafa because una, ina ending. But when you do i'rab, same thing as the musanna, you see the letter before the nun. So if it's a mubtada, maybe you say mubtada marfu bil waw. Okay, the letter before the nun bil waw. Same thing, you say niyabatan anid dhamma because you expected a dhamma for rafa. Di annahu, why? Because it is a jama' muzakkar salim, sound masculine plural. Okay, so muslimina, it will be mafu bihi mansub bil ya niyabatan anil fathah li'annahu jama' muzakkar salim. And if it is a majrur bil ya niyabatan anil kasrah li'annahu jama' muzakkar salim. Okay, you don't have to memorize all this. We will do it so much that even if you don't intend to memorize, it will stick with you, inshallah. Okay, don't have to memorize. When we start to do i'rab, I will be prompting you also. But if you need to feel confident and have this chart with you somewhere, yes, you can have that like beside you or something if you need. Okay, so that is the masculine one. The feminine one is pretty similar. So we have muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimatin. So this is still marfu bil dhamma, mansub bil fathah, majrur bil kasrah. Okay, so even though both the masculine and the feminine, even though you see dhammatain, you just say bil dhamma because one is enough to tell you that it's rafa. Okay. Then your musanna is also the same because the letter before the noon is your alif. Letter before the noon is your ya. So in recognition with the ta, you know it's feminine. But in i'rab, the feminine is not really mentioned because we don't need that to know the status of the word, right? The status is just rafa, nasab, wa jar. So yes, so the ta is additional information. Okay, for you to know that it is something feminine. So it be the same as your masculine. It's a marfu bil alif niyabatan anil dhamma li'annahu mutanna. Mansub bil ya niyabatan anil fathah li'annahu mutanna. And majrur bil ya niyabatan anil kasrah li'annahu mutanna. Okay? For the jama', we see it as we call it, what do we call it? Ending combination, right? Atun, atin, atin, right? Recognition keep, but when we do i'rab, it's not like alif. It's not that. It's back to your basic dhamma fathah kasrah. Okay? So muslimatun is marfu bil dhamma, so it's normal. Your jar also is a majrur bil kasrah, so it's normal. As in what I mean normal is it's the default sign, so you don't say anything extra. But for the nasab, it's muslimatin. We don't have muslimatan, right? So muslimatin, it's let's say it's a hal maybe. We say hal mansub bil kasrah. This is what you see, bil kasrah. But it's not the default sign of mansub, right? So what term do we use? We use niyabatan anil fathah li'annahu jama' mu'annas salim because it is a sound feminine plural. Clear? Okay, so if it's a default, if it's using the default sign, then you can just say marfu' bil dhamma, mansub bil fathah, majrur bil kasrah. If it's other than that, then you see before the noon for the dual and plural masculine and also dual feminine, right? Marfu' bil alif or marfu' bil waw and mansub bil ya, okay? And then for the musanna, this one is not your default. So you say niyabatan anil fathah also, just like your musanna and jama' muzakkar salim. Clear? Can? Easy? Inshallah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay. Hold on. I'm lost. Okay. Now, okay, that is for isms. Now we want to do Mudori. Does anyone know what Mudori means?
Present tense.
Sorry?
Present tense.
Present tense? Yes. In grammar, it is present tense. But what about the word Mudori itself? What is the root letters if you want to find it in the dictionary?
Sarf.
Say again?
Dot, ra, ain.
Yes. Dot, ra, ain. And what family? Mudori.
I think three.
Sorry, say again?
Three?
Yes, correct. Family 3. Dora, yudori'u, fahuwa mudari. Okay. What does that mean actually, linguistically? No one find before? Everyone just take it as present tense? Okay. So, dor, ro, ain. Okay. Family 3 is to be similar, to be equal, to be like someone or something, to resemble someone or something. Okay, that's what actually fi'il mudhari means. So what the question is, what is it resembling? What is it similar to? It's actually similar to your isms. Okay, it's similar to your ism in terms of Irab, in terms of what it does, because ism also like take a ism also no, let's take it as it's similar as in Irab was. Okay, so you know your fi'il mudhari have 3 kinds. At least the basic one. What I mean by 3 kind is the marfu, mansub, majzum. Yes, marfu is your default, your normal one. And then you have your light and your lightest, mansub and majzum. Yes, okay. So, okay, this is your mudhari chart. Yes. Yansuru, yansurani, yansuruna, tansuru, tansurani, yansurna, tansuru, tansurani, tansuruna, tansurina, tansurani, tansurna, ansuru, nansuru. Yes, okay. Now, we'll talk about these 5 first. Huwa, hiya, anta, ana, nahnu. Okay. What is similar about them? They all end with a dhamma in marfu state. Okay. So these 5, they are going to be fi'il mudhari marfu bid dhamma because of the dhamma. Okay. Mansub bil fathah and majzum bis sukun. Okay. Easy. These 5, some may call it 5 in a pocket. Don't confuse it with af'alul khamsa. Okay, af'alul khamsa is a different thing. Okay, so this 5, this is a lighter color because it's actually the same as tansuru. Okay, so it's actually 4 sirah. Okay, 4 patterns. Clear? Easy? Marfu bil dhamma, mansub bil fathah, majzum bis sukun. Okay. This is your af'alul khamsa. Yansurani 1, yansuruna 2, tansurani 3, which shares with antuma and antuma here. So all the duals in huma and antuma is tansurani. This is considered 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, tansuruna 4, and tansurina 5. This is af'alul khamsa. Okay, these ones, they are marfu, and the sign of the marfu is the nun. Okay, the presence of the nun. We call it subutin nun. Okay, so we say marfu bi subutin nun. I'll have the words later, don't worry. Okay, and what happened to them when they are mansub and majzum? You delete the nun, right? So they are mansub bi hasfin nun. They are majzum bi hasfin nun. Okay, all the nuns that can be deleted, you say it is subutun nun, presence of the nun for marfu, and hasfin nun for mansub and majzum. Easy? Easy, inshallah? And then you have your last two, your feminine plurals, that will always remain yansurna, no matter what harf comes with it. Lan, still yansurna. Lam, still yansurna. La, still yansurna. So because they are never change, they are mabni. See how fi'il mudari is similar to your isms, alright? Okay, so you always say fi'il mudari mabni ala sukun here. The sukun on the last letter. Okay, this nun is your pronoun. Okay, which I'll talk in a bit. So this is always gonna be mabni ala sukun. Yes, you might see some Arab books say fi mahali rafa, fi mahali nasab, and fi mahali jar. Jazm. Okay, easy, inshallah. That is the first part of your fi'il mudari, right? Fi'il mudari, you always have to say whether it's marfu, mansub, or majzum, and what is the sign for it. But fi'il also have a pronoun, yes, have a fa'il. So what do we say about the fa'il? The fa'il, okay. Okay, the fa'il for the first 5 that we talked about just now also, the one that ends with a dhamma. So we're talking about huwa, hiya, anta, ana, and nahnu. Okay, the ones that ends with a dhamma. The fa'il is domir mustatir. They are hidden. Okay, the rest, you see all the pink alif, the pink waw, the pink nun for the jamak feminine, and the ya in anti. These are domir muttasil. Okay, don't be confused about domir muttasil that is like the nasab and jar version of anta, for example, is ka, anti, ki, antum, kum. Okay, those are also domir muttasil. These are also domir muttasil. Okay, in Irab, we will call this domir muttasil. Okay, so after we say marfu with dhamma, for example, for huwa, okay, we will say it is wal fa'il. The fa'il is domir mustatir, is hidden. When you say a domir is hidden, you have to mention whether it's wajib to be hidden or jaiz to be hidden. What does wajib or jaiz to be hidden mean? Hold on. Let me call someone. Sister Farah,
Yeah.
can you tell me if huwa and hiya can have outside doer or not? Huwa?
Mm,
Can huwa have an outside fa'il? Do you remember?
no, I don't.
You don't
I
remember?
think I don't remember. I think it is within the verb itself.
I mean,
Can it
yes.
have-
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. Each verb has a pronoun, right? So
Yeah.
only huwa and hiya can have an outside doer, outside fa'il. Okay, so for example, this is yansuru, he helped. What if I want to say Ahmad helped? I have to say yansuru Ahmad. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So only huwa and hiya can have an outside doer. Okay? So they are
Okay.
not so we're saying here that the domir that is hidden, it is not wajib to be hidden. It is jaiz. Clear? Okay? So you have to remember huwa and hiya are the only ones that can have outside doer, and therefore the pronoun that is inside here, they are not wajib, they are jaiz. Clear?
Yeah. What's
Okay.
the difference? What's the meaning of wajib and jaiz?
Wajib as in wajib to be hidden. Jaiz means
Compulsory.
allowed to be hidden, not really necessary to be hidden, basically. Understand?
Okay. Okay.
So, yes, thank you. The opposite is let me see. Sister Ima.
Uh-huh.
Can anta have an outside doer?
No, only huwa and hiya.
Yes. So for anta, ana, and nahnu, do we say wajib or jaiz? To be hidden.
Wajib.
Yes, it is wajib. Okay? Clear, everyone? Inshallah. When you cannot have an outside doer, then it is wajib to be hidden. Anta cannot have outside doer, so anta is wajib to be inside. Ana cannot have outside doer, so it's wajib to be inside, hidden inside. Okay? I know you might think, but we see Hamza, that's Ana for us. We see Nun, that's Nahnu for us, right? But if you go by that logic, then if Ya is Huwa, what about this Ya? What about this Ya? Right? What about this Ya? So, these letters at the front, yes, it does help us to recognize. So we see Ya and Dhamma. We see Ya and Ani. We see Ya and Una. Help us to recognize Huwa, Huma, Hum. But the Ya by itself, the Hamza by itself, the Noon by itself is not a Dhamir, unlike the Alif that I put pink here, the Waw that I am putting pink here, the Noon and the Ya. Clear, everyone? Inshallah. So, the one that ends with Dhamma, they are all going to be Dhamir Mustatir, Dhamir that is hidden, okay? And then you have to say it is Jaiz for Huwa and Hiya. Jaiz meaning it's not wajib, means it can be outside. But for Anta, Ana, and Nahnu, you have to say it's wajib to be hidden. Clear, everyone? Anyone need me to? Yes?
So the dual and the plural is not considered or is not labeled as hidden. It's labeled as what is it?
Muttasil. The pink one, right? You're asking about the pink ones,
That's
right?
right. Okay.
Yes, we label them as a domir muttasil fi mahali rafa fa'il.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Can? Clear? Inshallah. Any other questions or need to clarify? Yes, 3 wujuban, 2 jaiz. Okay? The rest, the one that have alif, waw, nun, and ya at the end, those are domir muttasil. This is like an ism by itself, a domir, a pronoun by itself. Okay? So, this is the full chart, although we, yes, you can have a look at it. So, we say, fi'il mudari for huwa, fi'il mudari marfu with dhamma, wal fa'il, the fa'il is domir mustatir, a hidden pronoun. Jawazan, it's not wajib to be hidden. It can be outside, right? So jawazan, taqdiruhu huwa. Same thing with hiya. Fi'il mudari marfu bil dhamma wal fa'il domir mustatir, jawazan, taqdiruhu hiya. Okay? So the point is, when you say a domir is hidden, you need to say who are you implying? Who is that is hidden? Is it huwa? Yes. So you say taqdiruhu huwa. Taqdiruhu hiya. Same thing for anta. Fi'il mudari marfu bil dhamma wa fa'il dhamir mustatir wujuban, because anta is wajib inside, cannot be outside. And then taqdiruhu anta. Same with ana. Fi'il mudari marfu bil dhamma wa fa'il dhamir mustatir wujuban, taqdiruhu ana. Same as nahnu. Fi'il mudari marfu bil dhamma wal fa'il dhamir mustatir wujuban, taqdiruhu nahnu. Can? So the fa'il, whether it's mansub, whether it's majzum, is always going to be the same, right? So that one you don't have to be concerned. Okay? So you just have to know fi'il mudari marfu bil what, mansub bil what, majzum bil what, and then the fa'il is always going to be the same at any point of time. Clear, everyone? Easy, inshallah.
If we have an outside doer, then the term is it changes a bit, right?
Not really. So if we have an outside doer, we will not mention this fa'il part actually.
Okay.
And then that outside doer, maybe Ahmad, we say that is the fa'il. So we don't have like kharijil fa'il or something like that. We don't say outside. We just say that is the fa'il, basically.
We just say Ahmad,
Yeah.
fa'il.
Yes, correct. Ahmad, fa'il, marfu bi dhammah, like that.
Okay.
Okay? Clear? Everyone else okay so far? Before I move on to the dual and the plural? Any questions? No? Don't? Chat. Okay. So, what about the dual? So just now I already said, mansub bil subutun nun, right? Sorry, marfu bi subutun nun, sorry. Fi'il mudari, marfu bi subutun nun, right? The nun is there, the presence of the nun, subut, presence, subutun nun, okay? This is the also similar part with the ism, okay? We can suffice with that, but you might see sometimes in some Arab books, niyabatan ani dhamma li'annahu minal af'alil khamsa. Okay, substituting the dhamma that you expect for rafa because it is among the 5 fi'il, meaning the huma, hum, antum, anti, and what? 1, 2, and all these 3 huma, antuma. Okay, clear? Okay, and then this one, you will say the alif itself, you will say the alif, wal alif, you can say alif al-ithnain, okay? That's the full term, basically. It's a dhamir muttasil fi mahali rafa fa'il. Okay? If it's mansub, you will say fi'il mudari mansub bi hazfin nun. Okay? Mansub bi hazfin nun. Same thing, you can say this, niyabatan anil fathah if you want. And then obviously the fa'il is going to be the same. Wal alif is dhamir muttasil fi mahali rafa fa'il. Okay? All the duals
Excuse
will be
me.
the same. Okay? Yes?
Why we are not going to say here it's 9 ضمير متصل في محل رفع file. Why you are not going to say here تقديره or something like this?
Because you already say alif is the pronoun, right? Alif can only be huma and antuma. So they don't say it like explicitly in Arab. They just expect you to know all this alif, whether it's huma or antuma. All is the same. It's the same alif. Same thing as your hum and antum. They just say it's waw jama'ah. They will not say takdiruhu hum or antum. They won't say that in classical Arab. They just expect you to know, basically. Okay? Clear?
Okay.
This
Yeah.
one you say it is takdiruhu because you say it's mustatir, right? It's hidden. So that's why there is takdiruhu huwa, basically. Okay, otherwise the ones that have the dhamir, then it's not hidden, right? So it's clear that the alif is the fa'il. That's all. Can? Inshallah?
Inshallah. But alif represents not only huma, also
Yes.
represent antuma.
Yes.
So, and also represents muzakkar or muannas.
Yes.
So then how can we just confirm is huma or here
So
huma
same thing like the ism just now, right? Yeah, when we have muslimatani, we only talk about the alif, we don't talk about the ta, right? Here, we just say it is marfu bil alif, right? We don't talk about the ta being here because it's not important in Arab. We're just talking about the rafa nasab jar, and then after that, that's why I say the alif, they just expect you to know whether this is alif huma or alif antuma. Whether this is waw hum or waw antum. They just expect you to know. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? Yes. You will not see it in classical Arab. Obviously, for your own notes, if you want to put a bracket and put hum, antum, that's fine. But I'm teaching you what you will see in the Arab book. So if you happen to see in Arab books, you know what they're talking about. That's all. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Good. Thank you.
Okay. And then hum, mudari, marfu bi subutun nun, same. mansub bihazaf nun, majzum bihazaf nun. And then you can say same thing, niyabatan anil dhamma li'annahu minal af'alil khams. And then your wow. Wow, the term is wow al-jama'ah, wow of the plural. Dhamir muttasil fi mahali rafa fa'il. Okay, same thing for the antum here. Wow jama'ah, dhamir muttasil fi mahali rafa fa'il. Okay, and last one is your hunna. So this is fi'il mudari, always mabni ala sukun. Okay, you might see some Irab would say fi mahali rafa, fi mahali nasab, fi mahali jazm. Okay, and then the nun term is nun niswa, dhamir muttasil fi mahali rafa fa'il. So again, this hunna and antunna is exactly the same. They just expect you to know which one is hunna and which one is antunna. Okay, last one, your anti, fi'il mudari, marfu bi subutin nun, mansub and majzum bi hazaf nun. You can say still, niyabatan dhamma, niyabatan fathah. And then your ya. The ya is your pronoun. This ya is called ya al-mukhatabah. Okay, it's just your second person ya. Okay, dominant. Just to differentiate it from ya mutakallim. So that's why when you see ya mutakallim, they always say ya al-mutakallim. Just want to differentiate between these two ya. Okay, and then domir muttasil fi mahali rafa fa'il. Clear, everyone? Inshallah. Any questions? The meaning of niyabatan is substituting. Niyabatan anil dhamma, substituting the dhamma, substituting the fathah that you expect in the default sign, the rafa nasab jar. Okay, any questions? No? If no questions, we end here for today. Alhamdulillah, we managed to cover whatever we want to cover. And then the next lesson next week, we will start with Surah An-Naba. Okay? Okay. If there's no other
Inshallah.
questions, then I'll see you next week, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاك الله.
Wa iyyakum.